These are my top 5 Super Eagles players that impressed me so well in this tournament. One, Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman really outperformed himself in this tournament. Before the tournament started, we were seeing so many things from his coach, from his club. Lookman was not informed. Even during the World Cup qualifying round, he wasn't informed. He didn't score any goals. But it seems whenever he hears that, okay, we are about to play Afcon, he brings out the best in him. He tries his best, his possible best to make sure that Nigeria gets so many goals in the tournament. And yes, he proved himself that yes, he got the African Best Player of the Year award. So Ademola Lookman was our key player in this tournament. Two, no other person than Victor Osimhen. At first, the first match we played in the Afcon tournament, people were like, Osimhen, you should have scored like three goals because he kept on missing chances. He kept on missing chances. But the second game, he redeemed himself and he scored goals. Now he has 4 goals in the Afcon tournament, but I'm not sure he's going to be getting that golden boot again because Brahim Diaz has 5 in this tournament, and Brahim Diaz got to the final, so I'm not sure he's going to be getting the golden boot. But he actually performed really well in this tournament with the goals he scored, his headers, the way he's pressing. Victor Osimhen's pressing abilities allows the opponent defenders to be really shaky. So Victor Osimhen did well in this tournament for me. 3, I have Calvin Bassey. Calvin Bassey, our Minister of Defense. Calvin Bassey. That guy, right from the time that I'd seen Calvin Bassey perform, I was like, Calvin Bassey is going to do well in the Nigerian national team. And yes, he did so well in the match against Morocco that we played in the semi-final. If not for Calvin Bassey, Morocco would have defeated us in an open play, but Calvin Bassey stood his ground. He pocketed El Kabi. He pocketed so many of the players. Like, he was just letting us get that confidence that yes, we would win the match. But unfortunately, we didn't win the match. He did well in that defense, and to me, he is one of the best centre backs in the world right now. In the Afcon tournament, is the best centre back in this Afcon tournament. Number 4, I have Bright Osai Samuel. You see, Osai, when he came in place of Olaino, I was like, is this guy going to perform? I wasn't so sure that Osai will perform because I was like, okay, Olaino is not around, Frederick is not around, so who is going to perform this role so well? And Osai Samuel did so well in that role. Like, you can't get past him. In the match against Morocco, you could literally see it. Brahim Diaz, hey, he pocketed Brahim Diaz. Did Osai Samuel, I was like, God, so this guy is so good. Thank God the coach realized that and he didn't play Saidu Sanusi. Ever since the coach realized that, oh, Osai Samuel and Bruno, they are so good at that, he didn't play Saidu Sanusi, and I'm so happy that Osai Samuel got his flowers in this tournament. Number 5, although I have other players that really did well in this tournament, but the last person on my list, number 5, is Uwambali, our goalkeeper. Nobody is taking that number 1 spot from him. I'm not seeing any other goalkeeper taking that number 1 spot from him because he has proven himself times and times over and over again. Nwabali is a keeper. That's where you know that a match is getting to a penalty shootout. You are guaranteed that it will save at least 1 or 2 penalties. Even in the match against Morocco, it was Calvin Bassey and Nwabali that kept us in the game because he was making like heroic saves. So many people will be like, oh, Nwabali is wasting time. Nwabali is no good. When people were saying, okay, Nwabali was no good, I was here saying Nwabali is good. There are sometimes that a player would not play well. Like what he said, a bad game doesn't make you a bad player. But Nwabali has turned up for the national team countless number of times. So why is it that whenever he makes small mistake, then you people will start shouting? See what he did against Egypt. He saved Mamouche penalty. He saved Mohamed Salah's penalty. Not just anyhow penalty, But these people, you would think that, oh, Salah would score, but he saved it. He literally won our bronze medal for us. So Stanley Waverly for me as my number 5 player that really impressed me in this tournament. I have Aqua Adams and the rest that did well. They did so well in this tournament. I can't even lie. Thanks to Eric Shell for bringing out the best in these boys. They did so well. Like, first time I would watch the Super Eagles and I would be so confident that yes, we are beating a team, because right from the time that I started watching the Super Eagles match, I was like, the Super Eagles, they will play one, they will concede, and when they concede, is either we end up losing, we draw the match and the rest. But Eric Shell has changed the dimension of our games, and we can see that the players are really so good. If they can keep Eric Shell and we continue with his form, there is nothing stopping us from qualifying for Olympics, qualifying for the next FIFA World Cup. There's nothing stopping us from getting the Afcon gold medal.